What's up, this is Tracey Brakes, and today I'm going to be showing off one of the sounds from my new preset pack. Right off the bat, it may look a little bit complicated, but there's not really too much going on in here. Let's start with oscillator A and oscillator C. Oscillator A, you can see, is set to just regular square wave, and oscillator C is set to a sine wave. The only thing interesting happening here really is a little bit of phase distortion, and all of this together provides the main meat of the bass, the actual low frequencies in the bass patch. Let's give it a listen. The wave shape knob down here is just a macro that controls the amount of the phase distortion happening in the sound, just to change the timbre of the low end a little bit. The next thing we have going on is a saw wave and a noise layer. We have this oscillator B and this noise oscillator kind of making up the top end of the signal. Starting with oscillator B, we just have a regular super saw with a little high pass filter on it, basically to just add some crunch but with less chaos than the noise provides. I wanted some like high-end excitement, but something that was still correlating to what was happening in the bass harmonically. And then, just a sprinkle of chaos with the noise oscillator. I'm a really big fan of the new noise generators added to the noise oscillator in Serum 2. I'm getting a lot of use out of the stereo width knob. It's such a neat feature, just being able to like widen up your noise source was always something that I wanted to do in the original Serum, so I'm really glad that they added it in this version. The high-end layer just by itself sounds like this. And there's a macro to control the noise amount and also the high pass filter on that saw wave. The real meat of this sound comes from the effects. It looks like there's a lot going on here, but there's really not too much going on other than just like a lot of mixing, except for these three plugins right here. The utility, distortion utility stack. This is a little trick that I found out about a couple of years ago, basically sandwiching an asymmetrical wave shaper between utility that's doing the exact same thing in both instances. In this case, literally just flipping the polarity of the left channel, sending it through the asymmetrical wave shaper, and then flipping the polarity of the left channel back into its original position. Not only does it give it like an interesting texture, but it also basically just like adds stereo width to the signal without introducing any like real phase issues or anything like that, which is great if you want like a stereo low end or anything like that. That's the crux of the patch. Let me play you the bass without this happening real quick, and then you'll see what I'm talking about once I reintroduce it. So you can hear it already, just making the sound way wider and way more interesting and unique. That was all I have to share with you guys today. Thank you so much. Make sure to check out my pack, Preset Girlfriend, out now on Splice under the Moment label.